Folks, welcome to Pokédex Trainers. I'm your host, Albie, and in today's video, we're going to be going over what is considered the best deck in Pokemon Pocket, Pikachu EX. A lot of people are even asking for bans and nerfs, even though that this game has only been out technically for about a week. And there's only really 226 cards, and only half of those cards are even seeing play. In my opinion, I think it's too early to tell whether or not Pikachu is a true menace to the metagame. As of right now, I don't think we have enough cards in the card pool to determine that. As we get more sets moving forward, we could revisit this and see if this card is still a menace and still taking over the format. Personally, I think the card is perfectly fine. There's not any good fighting type decks currently out there which allows Pikachu to run wild, and some of the best decks like Moltres EX with Charizard. Moltres is extremely weak to electric, and then you have other decks like the Articuno deck, the Starmie decks. They're also weak to electric, so a lot of the popular decks are weak to electric, so making this deck a number one choice for a lot of players. You're also playing Pikachu, one of the most popular, if not the most popular Pokemon. So let's go ahead and jump into the deck here. So there are a few different variations of the deck here. I am going to show you the personal deck that I use here. So we have Voltorb. Voltorb is a good starter Pokemon here. One of the reasons I like to play this Pokemon is because the evolved version, Electrode, has 0 retreat. And in this deck, you're going to learn as you play it more is you're going to have to retreat a lot of times. It becomes very hard for the opponent to deal with your threats when you're coming in and out of the battle, especially because you have to protect your Pikachu. That is your main source of damage. Then we have here the Pinkerton. I play a one-of Pinkerton because this Pokemon here can paralyze the other Pokemons. One of the struggles that this deck has is dealing with bulky Pokemon. Things like Venusaur, Machamp, just to name a few. Allowing yourself to get that extra turn or extra 2 turns is crucial to be able to knock out those Pokemon. So let's go ahead and continue on the list here. Then we have the 2 Zapdos here. Zapdos plays a huge role in this deck. It can be used as a wall as one of your first Pokemon in order to give you time to set up. In addition, I personally like to have it as a backup to also knock out the bigger Pokemon like Venusaur and Machamp that this deck struggles with. Because of Thundering Hurricane, I know you have to flip 3 or 4 heads in order to have this work, but at least it's an out that the deck does have to deal with those Pokemon. And then we have the namesake card, Pikachu EX. This card is extremely well made, in my opinion. It's very lean card. It only requires 2 energies and there's no evolve to it, so it comes out quick and it hits hard. Now the restriction is that you do have to have a full bench. If you only have 2 and you're dealing 60 for 2 energy, that's nothing special. This really shines when you have a full bench. Now, the reason I say that's a restriction is because you do have to play more basic Pokemon, which, when you're trying to have a consistent deck of certain threats, playing too many Pokemons can dilute that. There's a gold one there. And then for our items, we have our potions. This is to keep our threats alive on those crucial turns. We have some more X speeds here to help with the retreat because we do switch out a lot in this deck. We have, of course, mandatory in every deck, our Pokeballs to help to keep the deck consistent, along with our professor's research that does the same. And then for our other additional trainers, we have 1 Giovanni just to kind of get in there and and knock down any Pokemons when we need additional damage. And then we play 2 Sabrinas. Sabrina is a card that can just be extremely backbreaking, especially when you take out one of their EXs early on and they have base Pokemon on their bench that you can switch out of nowhere and take them out with your Pikachu. So that is the primary list that most people play. Excuse me, I've seen lists that go from playing the Raichu variant, which consists of playing 2 basic Pikachus, and then that evolves into, where is this? the Raichu. That evolves into the Raichu. Now Raichu has Thunderbolt, discard all energy cards from this Pokemon, it deals 40 damage, so it is like a glass cannon, a one shot. But you have cards like Magnemite here that evolve into Magneton. And Magneton reads the ability, once during your turn, you may take an energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. So you can get 2 energies a turn, and then in conjunction with the Lieutenant Surge, you could then move all these energies onto the Raichu. Now keep in mind that it moves all energy from your bench onto the Raichu, and keep in mind that the Raichu discards all energy. So if you move 6 energy counters, it's going to discard all of them. So this is probably one of those cards, I've played this deck a little bit, that you're probably going to use this once per game if you're lucky. Personally, I think it's not as consistent to really make it a threat in the metagame right now, but it is a very fun deck to play. But yeah, this is the Pikachu EX deck, so let's go ahead and jump into some games. Alright, we are on the draw. Or should I say going second, because both players always draw. Let's start off with the Zapdos here. Or should we? You know what, let's go ahead and start off with this. Maybe we get lucky. Okay. Articuno here. Nope, another Lapras. Another Zapdos. Let's go ahead and we'll put this down here. If they don't evolve this Staryu here, we're going to be able to take it out with the Starmie. I mean, we're going to be able to take it out with the pin. Now, if they do play a Starmie, okay, and they do, this is in trouble. We're going to need to be able to paralyze this. I mean, we can. Okay, a Sabrina. Doesn't matter here. We have the X speed. Come on, Pincherson. Okay, not what we needed. We need a Pikachu here. We're going to really need to land this heads here. There's no reason in Sabrina in here, they'll just put an energy and then retreat. Oh no. No. I guess maybe we should have Sabrina'd. Looking back at it. So now we're on the back foot. We didn't Sabrina last turn, so we're not going to Sabrina this turn. Because we have to get rid of this Starmie. We're going to force them to switch out. That will give us time to start loading up on this Zapdos here. Yeah, we should have definitely Sabrina the first go around. Alright. So these don't help. We have to Sabrina here. We have no choice. So most likely they will retreat this, bring in the Starmie again. Unless they have a Misty. If they have a Sabrina here, we're in trouble. Well, we're gonna lose. I don't think there's anything we could draw here to get us out of this. I mean, a Pikachu could buy us some time. But I don't think we're going to be playing Pikachu this game. Alright. So we got cooked. So definitely some misplays there. That Sabrina should have been played. Now, I'm not saying that would have won us the game, but it would have definitely given us a better chance. Game number 3 here. So this is the downside of playing cards like this. You don't ever really want to have them in your active spot as your first Pokemon. They're kind of a utility Pokemon that you want to keep on the bench and bring in when needed. And this is what I was talking about in the deck tech. That is one of the downsides of playing the Pikachu deck, is that you have to play more than 2 Pokemons most of the time. Basic Pokemon, and it makes the deck inconsistent. Okay, there's what we were looking for. Hopefully we can hit another Pikachu off of this. A Zapdos. We'll hold this in hand for now. Go ahead and place this here. The Pinkerton is going to be knocked out. Not this turn, but we're just going to leave it here and use it as a form of a shield while we build up our bench. Okay, they're not going to attack us. That's fine. If we had a Giovanni when I switch next turn, assuming they leave the coughing in, I would not play. Okay, there's the other Pikachu. Never mind. Doesn't even matter. What I was gonna say is I would use the Giovanni and not play the Zapdos. But if we didn't draw a Giovanni, then I'll play the Zapdos so that I can get rid of this. So now we're cooking with gas, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 Sabrinas as well. Luckily for us, they haven't drawn a Weezing. Weezing could be a little bit of a problem. Oh, there it is. Alright, so they're going to poison us here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Sabrina them. And the reason is because if we attack into this Weezing, we're going to deal 90. It's going to stay alive. And then they're going to Koga, blanking our attack. So I'd rather just take out one of their Pokemon. If they don't evolve here, they're going to be in trouble. They're already on the back foot. They need another basic. I don't think that helps them either. If they just attack here, we're just going to Sabrina them if they don't evolve. Okay, they just conceded. Alright folks, that sums up Pikachu EX. So we went 1-1. We lost to a Starmie and Friends deck. We got cooked, ladies and gentlemen, but it's okay, it happens. That's why we play these games, so that we can learn from our mistakes, and sometimes we don't make mistakes, we just get completely dumpstered. But we went against a Weezing and Abra deck, and we were able to take that one down. That's one of the things that I really love about Pokemon Pocket, because there is no rank, because you remove that sense of when you lose, you get punished for losing. You're actually now incentivized to play whatever you want. You can play whatever cards you want, your favorite card, your favorite art, and losing is not punishing. You can play as many games as you want, and all that matters is the games that you win. That's all they keep track of, which is, in my opinion, a great way to keep the game nice and fun. Now, to go over the deck here, what I would change from those matches is I'm going to probably take out the Pin-Kurchin. Now, the reason is yes, in theory, when I had it in there, is to combat bulk your Pokemons, but as you see, sometimes you draw it and you don't want to draw this card, okay? This deck is straightforward. This is what all you want to do. You want to play second, and you want to have a Pikachu in your active spot. That is all you want in the beginning of the game. Okay, 100% of the time, that is what you want. And then from there, you want to load up your bench. And the way you load up your bench is with Pokeballs and Professor's Research. And you want to make sure you're playing them to maximize them, right? So if you need a lot of Pokemon, you want to play your Professor's Research first, and then your Pokeball. That way you leave as many basic Pokemon in your deck so that you can hit more with the Professor's Research. And then you want to keep your Zapdos in the back, so that you can load it up, so it can be your finisher if you need it. It can also come in as a wall to soak up damage, so then you can bring back your Pikachu and finish the game off. It's a very straightforward game plan with this deck, and I think that's why a lot of people go to it, because it doesn't require a lot of setup. It's very simple to set up. Second, Pikachu in the active spot, and you're ready to cook with gas. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comment section, what is your favorite deck, and what do you think about Pikachu EX? Do you think it is the best deck? Do you think it should be nerfed or banned? And tell me why. Again, thank you guys for watching, and take care.